Hey, we're going to take a look at a new marketplace plugin called Documents. When you click on Documents, you're going to have an option where you can send out documents for client signatures. First, we're going to take a look at templates. Templates are a place where you can upload predefined documents. You can map it to customer records. We'll pre-fill it out for you. I'm just going to click Add. You give the template name. You give it a subject for the email. You can choose a file. The first option here is basically setting up the field mapping. In here, you can map certain fields from the customer record or the work order. Actually, I think it's just customer record into the form before we send that out. This icon lets you download it. Now, when we say add, it lets us pick a customer. I'm just going to go here and pick Mark Cho. Now we can pick where we want to get the document from. I could say from our template library, or if I want to upload a PDF that I just filled out. This case, I'm just going to say from template, and I'm going to pick the template I want to use. So it's now created a new form right here that we can send out. Now you can see the status is pending, not sent. Now if I click on all, it shows me even completed documents. So I have a couple of actions that I can do. The first one is basically I can send the form out to the customer so they can sign it. The second one is for it's a way to view what the customer would see before they sign it. The third one is pre-fill out. That's what we're going to hit first. When we do this, it pulls up the form, and I can turn and say, I want to put a building number right here. I can have the option to click on this and move it around. So if you're unhappy with the position, I could go here and put a zip code. Okay. You do have other options here. I can click erase, and if I click on this, it will disappear. I could say date signed and just place that. If I don't want it there, I just click delete. Now we do have the option for signature. So this is the contractor signing the form. So if we go to page 2 of this form, right here we have contractor signature, and I can just scribble something, and that's placed here. Again, you can click on it, you can move it around. So figure out where you want it, and I can say finish. When you say finish, we basically processed that, added that image to the PDF. Now we can click on this view. This is what the customer would see when they receive the email. Now in here, you can see that the building number is filled out, the zip code's filled out. They cannot click and move it. They cannot erase it. That's part of the document for them. Now, they can put their signature, date, text, and they can erase their fields. So I'm going to go over here, and you can see that the owner's name was automatically filled out. That's what the system did for us. If I scroll down to the bottom, I see that the contractor has already signed it. So I'm just going to add my signature next to it. Now, when the customer signs it, that's not my signature. When the customer signs it, we're putting it in blue. This is so we can easily distinguish what the customer did versus what the contractor did, as long as we also keep track of the IP address for this as well. When you're done, you're going to click Finalize. And again, this is what the customer would see when they receive the email. They have a link, they click on it. So, done. So they can now click this, and they get the document. Everything's filled out. And if we go to page 2, they have both signatures. Now, a couple important things of note. If I refresh this, because we just signed it, this will disappear because it's now signed. If the client goes back to the email and clicks on the link again, they get something that says this. So they can't go and mess with it again. Now, I am going to click on, actually I'm going to do this. I'm going to say all, and you'll see that that disappeared when I went back to active. Under all, we can see Cho. So the second one is actually the one I just did. So I'm going to click on this, and it pulls up that customer's record. If I go over to attachments, you'll see that there's a document attached. Again, I did 2 of them. So this one right here, 1217, is the one that was just signed. You can see that it says test contract, which is the name. And you can click and download the file. All right. This concludes the document feature.